Good morning and welcome to Moopsy in the Morning for January the 17th, 2024. I am Mom. How's everybody doing today? Let's jump into Discord and see if I'm by myself. Nope. Id's already here, ready and waiting. Good morning, Id.
How are you?
I am, aside from coughing, but I'm fine. How are you doing this morning?
I think I can still feel my fingers.
Hey, it's warmed up here. It is. I went outside without even gloves today. It's up to 4. Okay, so first thing in the morning, you get up, you go outside, you walk the doggos. You're like, oh, I'm just wearing my regular, coveralls, like snow pants, and no gloves, and I didn't even zip up the coat, and I'm fine. It's because I haven't woken up yet. Because if I realized it was 4, I probably would have had 6 parkas on and 3 pairs of boots and an extra hat and 3 pairs of gloves. But carried the doggos out, put them down in the snow. They begrudgingly did their morning thing, but they aren't happy about it. They're definitely unhappy puppies. Somebody's asking me what's the next Universal. Wow, you can tell I've got a lot going on. It's not the number one thing on my list today. It's not on that list either. Come on, I saved it. There it is. Let's see, what are we currently doing for Universals? We are doing Binary Circuit is today's. One I love. So I love Binary Circuit, but I realize it comes out on Wednesday, which is when I have class. So very tough to do that. But we will do it tomorrow for sure. I know not everybody likes Binary Circuit. Lexus is going, no, not Binary Circuit. But Binary Circuit's fun. It's ground. You can use all your fun little toys. Doesn't matter if you win or lose. Hopefully the other team cares if they win or lose, because then they'll go at it full power. All right, he wants 500 GPL. Ooh, 500 GPL is not for a while. Do we ever have... Oh, that's... That's 3 or 4 weeks.
Good morning.
Good morning. Oh, that's an Alyssa, isn't it?
Yeah.
Good morning, Alyssa. I don't see Chris here, but good morning, Chris. Your chat visible. This chat's visible. I can see you here. Did you not hear me say good morning, Chris? I'm so sorry. Every now and then when I don't speak for a moment, it takes a moment for the mics to catch up. Good morning, Chris. Well, you are here, Chris, and we know that. And by the way, good morning, Wild Crop Duster. You're rotting at home. Well, and good morning, Chosen. How are you guys doing today? Hey,
I can't rot at home. It's too cold.
Yeah, really, just freeze. There's this scene in the movie 2010, The Year We Make Contact, which is one of my favorite kind of off-brand sci-fi movies. It's actually quite fun and enjoyable. Doesn't have giant monsters. Doesn't have epic space battles. But it's still fun. And it's got Roy Scheider, and I love Roy Scheider. But there's a point where they go on to the old Discovery, and the Russian opens up his helmet to kind of do an air test to make sure everything's breathable after being there for years unattended. And the first thing he goes is, and you can see his face as he realizes there's rotting meat there. And the thing is, how can there be rotting meat in a ship that's been frozen in absolute zero, well, as close to absolute zero as you can probably get. I mean, it's orbiting Jupiter, so there'd be a little bit of radiation. How did it rot? Frozen solid, I believe. Once they turn on the heat, maybe. Not rotting mead, rotting meat. Mead does not rot because it doesn't last that long because we drink it all. So where the heck did they come up with the name Duderstadt? Yeah, it does sound German, but I thought it might be from a mission, an episode, somebody's joke. The James and Ann Duderstadt Center at the University of Michigan, a city in Lower Saxony, Germany. And it is a band.
Oh, here it is. Background information.
Thank you.
The class was named, provided by Dave Blass on Twitter.
Oh.
Who also emphatically confirmed the name was chosen in honor of Dorothy Duter, the late wife of Doug Drexler.
Oh, okay. That's absolutely great then.
Yep.
No, that's a totally cool way to name a ship.
Yeah. And the class was not named after the German town. Drexler co-designed the class with Bill Krause.
Sweet. Okay, that's a great way to name a ship, or a class of ships. I really like that very much. When I go, I want them to name a fleet or a class of ships after me. The Mom class. But preferably, I would prefer not dying in the meantime. I say that on a Wednesday as I head off for the worst drive of the week. The trip out to Bloomington can be treacherous in that you're driving into the setting sun, always painful. And then the trip home is dark, extremely busy highway with lots and lots of truckers, which actually can work to your adventures. Not a lot of lights anyplace, and the towns are 50 miles apart. So if you get stuck between places, you're not getting helped for a really long time. Fifth and final event of the event campaign started yesterday on console. Congratulations, Chosen. You're getting there. It's almost meta time. Woohoo! So the thing about driving when there's a ton of truckers is as long as you don't act like a jerk, truckers can be really good companion drivers. They know how to drive. They know what to do when there's an emergency. You know, if you are pulled over and you've got your flashers on, somebody comes over to help you at some point. Even if it's just the cops, because sometimes they'll get on their radios and let the cops know that there's a car pulled over. And sometimes they don't, but at night they tend to. Also teaches you where you can pull over to the side of the road and sleep for 3 hours because the cops aren't going to bother you. You're not supposed to pull your truck over on the side of the road, but you cannot exceed your drive time. That's an absolute no-no. And sometimes with the truck stops 50 miles apart or filled up, you don't have an option. Does anybody know how many mortars there are in Dranur Beach Assault?
Not off the top of my head.
A lot of them.
I'm guessing 50. Alright, I got absolutely nothing worth doing today. I've got Terrans on the ground, which I'll do later. I've got Captains on the ground, which might get done. I've got Undine ships in the battle zone. And my other account is equally ugh.
I've got destroy 10 Herc frigates, harvest 2 materials in space, and repair hull in space for 150,000.
Well, we could do some swarm.
That might take care of 2.
That should take care of 2, yeah. However, I'm not going to do swarm on this ship. Nope. Don't want to log out. Just change characters, Mom. Just change characters. Let me grab somebody who doesn't get to get out there too often. I wonder how Ketha is doing. Where's Zahn? What's Zahn flying? Zahn's got a bug ship. She might have some fun with this. So I've been thinking it might be time to kind of revamp the show here to get a little bit more interest. I know we tend to do a lot of just gameplay, and I was wondering if people would be more interested if we expand it beyond just gameplay. So if you could have anything you wanted here, what would you like to see?
Notable guest interviews.
I would love to do guest interviews. We have to get guests. But yeah, that would be really cool. Get people out here and do, one-on-one interviews with people. See if people would like to come on camera. It's one of those rare times I'd love to be able to use some of the minimal clout I've got, I think is the word I want. Get people I know to do it, but, they don't always want to come in and talk about the show.
Any word on that community manager position?
No. None whatsoever.
I never did hear back about that QA lead application I put in.
It doesn't look
Not
like...
even that, right?
Oh, if you didn't get a response letter from them?
Nope.
You might want to send it in again, because you should get an automated response saying, hey, we got it. Not that you got it, but that we got it. Because I did get that. But all the positions are still open. I was checking yesterday thinking, oh, well, nope, they're still out there. Outside of lore and story of the game, I'm not sure what else there is apart from gameplay and game-related stream. Well, the big thing that I see other people doing, like casual SAB, is a lot of in-depth talk about the game mechanics, ships, things like that. But they're already doing a really good version of that. I mean, it's hard to do something better than somebody's already doing it without stealing their thunder, and I don't like doing that. I want to find out if there's something else to do. Hey,
Okay.
people like SAB. I mean, we were on yesterday, we had 11 people. They had 70. Now, it could be because maybe Kel turned it over to them after 10 forward last night. Which he tends to roll it over to a different streamer every time they have a live stream. But SAB gets into his chats, so, you can see where he wants to go there. And Kel's turned it over to us on a couple of occasions, and I thank him for it.
What was it? Dark Skies, the tabletop RPG that they were running for a while. They rated me ones.
Nice.
I think that pushed me over to affiliate, and
Wow.
I've
That's
fallen,
really nice.
I've fallen lackadaisical with it.
Well, having done this now for 4 years, we've been doing the live stream, and we've been doing the same thing for 4 years. Maybe it's time to switch it up, or maybe it's time to go back to what we did a year ago, where we had one night dedicated to helping somebody build up their ship, or in this case, ship or ground. We had one night dedicated to mastering ships, so people could, or leveling tunes. One night would just be gameplay or randoms. One night would be dedicated to making a build for a specific mission. Yeah, Chris says, I still want to make a set of clips for YouTube and possibly TikTok with ship backgrounds containing in-lore background on those ships. I just don't always have the time. Yeah, that's part of it. Since I've gotten really stupid and decided to buy a house, my time is now even less available because I can't justify taking any time away from work. Now, if anybody wants to help me pay for the house, donations are accepted. And I will get a lottery ticket. There's one Star Trek Online YouTube series that I watch every Tuesday, which is called the Star Trek Online Story Series. Hey, do you have a link for that, Chosen? I would love to watch that. We used to do YouTube series, kind of, and we've got one that I've been wanting to work on for a long time. But I always have a good reason, quotation marks around that, to not get my butt in gear and do it. Perhaps Cannon Build School, how to build lore-accurate ships. That's actually not a bad idea, Chris. It's not something that I know how to do, and that's where I have to tap into id and Frost and people like that. Honestly, I don't get ships. It's one of those things, if somebody sat down with me and explained, this is ships, I'd probably be like, oh, because somebody did that with ground builds, and so I'm now in the, oh. But I'm actually a character-driven person. So I love to do character stories.
Trizender's really good at the cannon building.
Maybe I should go watch some Trizander every now and then. Okay, let me see. Star Trek Online Stories. Let me see if I can find that really quick here. Wake up, YouTube. So I had this interesting thing this morning. I didn't have my headset on, and I had my mic open when I was setting up Streamlabs. So the mic was sitting next to the computer, and therefore was picking up the noise of the computer, feeding in through the mic, feeding back through the headset, back through the mic, and it was looping back and forth. It was very bizarre.
You ever hear the sound of two speakerphones reverberating its signal?
I have not. Okay, so what you're looking at for Star Trek Online Story Series is certifiably in-game. He has got, let me take a look here. Yeah. It looks like he has got 200 Star Trek Online Story Series, starting with the pilot and going through everything. And I don't know how he does it. I haven't watched it. If he's doing individual episodes, if he's doing his own... I don't want to do that. There we go. Let's click over to there. Okay, so what he's doing is he's doing playthrough from the point of his captain. He's using demo record. He's using his camera angle and a combination of demo record and game feed. And it says, according to one of his reviews from a few years ago, great storytelling, etc. So I would say let's go check him out one day. Everybody should go check him out, give him some love. We have done a few things like that, but my biggest issue is time. And now that it's been done, is there anything you can do to do it better? No. Sometimes you can't do better than somebody's got out there. So trying to find your niche, of which we had for a while, now I have to think about changing our niche to something else. Okay, I want to give compliments to Chosen and Chris this morning. Through the magic of Streamlabs, your chat is coming up in alternating blue and green, and it's absolutely beautiful, versus Streamlabs, which is coming up orange and green. Not so pretty, but the other one is just lovely today. Excuse me, Twitch is you in blue and green. So, very pretty. It's just making me smile with all that prettiness. However, it's 6:20. Let's go kill something. Who wants to kill stuff? Me. What did I say we were going to do? Swarm, right?
Yep.
Okay, wrong button, Mom. I was talking briefly with Frost last night, saying, you know what? And I need a vacation. A week away from everything to just get my act together. But if I do that, I'm going to wind up, I'll have to take a week to move stuff anyway. Because if all goes well, I close on the house 6 weeks from Friday. The good news, the really good news, is next Tuesday, I just happened to get the house inspection scheduled for next Tuesday morning, and since the house inspection will end just about the time the new episode drops, gosh darn it, I guess there's no point in going back to the office. I will go home and work from the home. And get to play the new mission. Yay! Alright, let me queue up Swarm here. Anybody else? I got Chris.
Yeah,
I've got it. Oh, Alyssa, absolutely. Wow, this is going to be a fun one. And the really good news is I will have 4 weeks to get the electricity, gas, and internet set up at the new place before I move, which means I will be able to do my show on, let's say, a Friday, take the weekend off, and be up and running on Monday. Yay! Whatever Monday that is.
Humbugs on Mondays.
No, Mondays are fine. Mondays are amazing. It's just Mondays when you have to work.
Mondays are not my favorite.
Wee woo?
Wee woo.
Does anybody remember what the freebies are for today? Or for yesterday? It was 12. Elite Services Pack and something else.
The Herc are about to overrun this
I didn't know there was free stuff, so...
I didn't either.
Oh! Okay, yes. If you go to the Zen store and you go down to promotions, it is the Borg Assimilation Pack, and I believe there's an Elite Services, if you haven't already taken one.
Well, all I see is worse stuff.
I'm gonna go right.
Okay.
Take the middle.
I'm going to snag these before they disappear. And there probably will be a new one today. Now that I'm done being Fleet Mom, I can go over here, and Chris went left. You said you had 10 to do?
Yep.
Okay, I don't think we have to restrain ourselves too much for you to get your 10.
No, I'm already at 4.
Yeah, I don't think we have to worry about that. Hold on, the incursion wasn't from last year, was it? It's the current one. Isn't this the current giveaway? Am I losing my mind? What are we currently running?
Thought it was Red Alert.
No. What's the current story arc? Because we usually have an anniversary giveaway at this time of year.
Kings and Queens.
Yeah, it is Kings and Queens, but what are they calling it? I have to look over on this one.
It's either Swish Upon a Star and Taken by Surprise.
Let's see. Let me see. Oh, it's the cutting tractor beam and the 12 inventory slots. Trying to do the mom thing when I should be shooting stuff.
I might have to switch to a different tune to collect that stuff.
Well, this is a tune I've rarely used, so she can definitely get it. So did I pick this up yesterday then? Promotions, filter. Yep, I already picked it up on this account. I knew I hadn't picked it up on the other one.
The last of the refugee ships are ready. Protect them from the Herc as they leave the planet. Herc ship spotted at escape route Gamma. Get over there. Refugee ships heading down escape route Alpha. Protect them.
Stop being a mom. Just let people suffer. Don't answer their questions. The next episode of the story series, of the Star Trek Online stories. Yeah, he's caught up, so it would probably be this new episode coming out, which is on Tuesday of next week, the 23rd, and that gives him a week to do his video production. How do people find time?
I'm sure it involves cloning.
Yeah, it probably does. I've been trying to work with Frost on a book, and what's happening is that in order to do any writing at all, I'm having to stay up till 11 at night. But I get up at 4 in the morning because the dogs need to go out. And then it's dogs, preliminary game, make the coffee, maybe do housework for a little bit. Start getting ready for the show at 5. Feed the dogs. Do show, take the dogs out, go to work. Come home from work, take the dogs out. Sometimes cook because I forgot to get groceries and hopefully there's something left in the freezer. Next thing you know, it's time for the night show or going off to class or both. And then it's 10 o'clock and bedtime, except I still have book writing to do, and then it's 11 o'clock and well, 5 hours sleep a night is good. Tis an X-Hive. Ooh, there's a Steel Series code.
Ooh.
Yeah, hang on. Once we're done here, I'm going to post that. And I've got Steel Series on at least one of my machines. Okay, I kind of like this little ship here. It's just got, I think, 32nd century phasers on it. Nothing fancy, nothing upgraded. What's your cute little bug ship? It's doing what it's supposed to do.
Refugee ships heading down escape route Alpha. Protect them.
So I assume you got your 10, right?
Yes.
Head to escape route Beta. Protect the refugee ships. We're speeding up the evacuation. All lanes to refugee ships heading down escape route Alpha. Protect them. Hurt ship spotted at escape route Gamma. Get over there. Refugee ships heading down escape route Alpha. Protect them. Head to escape route Beta. Protect the refugee ships.
Would you make up your mind, Odo? We can't be everywhere all at once.
Now I want an everything bagel.
I was looking at Panera for my possible dinner options tonight because I discovered if you've got their phone app, you can order it and the sandwich will be there ready for you when you get there, which I thought was great. And they've got a couple of new sandwiches, and one of them is regular sourdough, to which they then add the everything bagel toppings to the sourdough bread in the sandwich. So I thought, well, that's an interesting way to approach it.
Herc's ship spotted at escape route Gamma. Get over there.
It's been a long time since I used my Delphic beams.
Okay, so this is not a bad set of phasers, probably worth upgrading.
That's everyone.
Yay! That's everyone!
Congratulations, Admiral.
Ooh! I'm an admiral now. No. One would hope so at this point.
Yeah, I need to do Draenor assault myself.
You need to do Draenor Assault?
Yeah.
Probably not going to be able to help you with that one this morning. Let's see. Here we go. Back that up. Add a end for... See if... That should have a 4 as part of that link. Let's try that again. There. So let's see if that link works. There is a Star Trek Online Incursion Borg Generator giveaway.
Yeah, I think that's the last one they gave out.
Mm-hmm. So there's nothing new there. I'll look at all giveaways. Yeah. Wonder if they still have any keys left for that one. Nope, that's that.
Captain's log.
I don't want to see
Let me
Captain's
check
log.
Steel Series GG,
Mm-hmm.
because sometimes they don't show giveaways the same. So
Yeah, I wish they'd be a little more consistent. Theirs is an adventure. Let's see, login. Let's try the login. It's on the alternate account. Oh, there are keys here, but I might have already done that one. Let's see, that's an
no new
ARC.
giveaways currently on GG.
Why is my ARC not up? That's interesting. God, you can't see this then? Good morning, Captain Teria. How are you? Huh, ARC is just not liking me this morning.
That's good.
It's going, yeah, connecting.
My code didn't work. It's been entered before.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking mine would be, because there's stuff sitting in my Borg one. Oh, okay, he's referring to my old posting about the Steel Series. The Alienware is still doing a giveaway. I had an issue with Alienware. It wouldn't let me log in on both of my accounts there. Because every time I'd go to log in on the account, it would kick on one account. It would kick me back over to my other account because they're coming from the same IP address. Is that me? Nope, that's not me. So we had an issue last night again with people walking around in space. It was just adorable.
How'd they manage that?
Pardon? How they managed that? There's a glitch where occasionally instead of the ship beaming in, you beam in. And you can still fire your weapons and maneuver and all that stuff, but so let's say you put on your thrusters and you start moving around through space. We were up in Voth space, so it was very easy to see it. And this guy would start walking, and then as the speed kicked up, he started running, and he'd turn, and what happens is that the guy would bank like he's running on a track, and if he shoots his weapons, it comes out of his feet. It was really good.
So yeah, what's causing that is basically Stowe is running off of the champions setup, where if you're on ground, you're on ground, but when you go to your ship, you're basically entering flight, and it just doesn't do the proper animation change to your ship.
Yeah. And I can't say I'm disappointed. It's really fun. It's stupid looking, but it's really fun. I think it should be a permanent thing for like April Fool's Day.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. It's like when you switch to your alternate identity when you're in Q's Wonderland and he makes you something and we go off to do ground battles and you've got the little animals running around holding their weapons on their paws. It's just too cute. Let's see, where are we at? We got time for something else. Anybody have anything they want to run?
I didn't do a Iconian TFO too.
Pardon?
I need to do an Iconian TFO.
Oh, sweet. What have we got for Iconian TFOs today? We have...
Gateway to Grethor, if you want.
Yeah, you guys good with Gateway to Grethor?
Sure.
And Chris needs Herald Ship, so this is going to work out really well. Okay, I'm queuing us up for Gateway, and since there's 4 of us, it should go fast. It did.
Wee-woo.
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 As I was saying, I do have class tonight, so I'm not 100% sure we'll be on tomorrow morning. We will see. Depends on how tired I am and how hard Master Brian makes us work tonight. It's more a matter of we work hard for like an hour, nothing killer, and it's not that hot right now. So the room, you don't sweat too much. During the summer, it's exhausting to be there. But then it's a 3-hour drive home, and that's the hard part. And 3-hour drive and an hour time change. So I'm lucky if I get home by 11.
Well, hopefully you do.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have any heat Friday, Saturday.
How cold did it get?
It was like 4 degrees here.
Oh, geez. Are you
And
okay?
The heat for my equipment kept the room at like 60 degrees.
Okay. Yeah, it was at the point where 2 days ago they said even though space heaters aren't allowed because of the fire risk, if you have a space heater, put it in your kitchen to keep the pipes, or in your bathrooms to keep the pipes from freezing, just in case. I'm going to go left.
I'm going to go right.
Okay. So I got out my handy-dandy oscillating, remote-controlled space heater and put it in my kitchen. My dogs were like, oh, yeah.
It turned out the pipe that provides heat was frozen.
Oh, jeez. Well, Eric, Chris, and I are over here taking out these ships. Hey, Chris, I didn't ask, how many Herald ships do you need? I mean, there's a huge number of them.
Well, I love it when they attack each other. It's so neat.
Well, Eric, who's over here on this side with us, definitely has got some firepower, so all's well over here. Well, except for me getting blown up, but that's a minor detail.
No, you can't get blown up.
Apparently I can.
The shipyard is secure.
I'll take
Need
planet
help
side.
over there?
Go. I'm good. And we're good over here.
Base is secure.
Chris, if you want to focus on just taking out ships, I'll work on the radiation. And I'll go planet side. Well, that's good. Put the radiation right behind.
Those gateways are emitting intense levels of beta radiation.
Not anymore, they're not.
The troop transports from the starbase are moving toward the planet.
The dogs are back to snoring, which is adorable.
The troop transports from the starbase are moving toward the planet.
Yes, Spot's back to sleeping too.
All I really worry about with these low temperatures is the doggos, but they're like, yeah, we can sleep upstairs. My thermostat's downstairs. My downstairs is colder, so it runs the heat a lot more, meaning the upstairs is 68 while the downstairs is set for 63. If I set the downstairs for 67, the upstairs is just tropical. Not in a good way.
The troop transports from the starbase are moving toward the planet.
Kind of like Burma in July.
Yeah, it's warm. So if I remember right, Ed and the Edmobile team did this with the sole focus being closing radiation gateways, not worrying about anything else. I think troop transports were an issue too, but they did some outrageous number. Okay, somebody's already here then. It's like last week when we were trying to do counterpoint and get the 700 marks that they were averaging. Have you got that one, Chris? I'll start it up. I got it. But they were doing crazy numbers of troop transports and crazy numbers of portals getting closed and getting thousands or hundreds of marks. I think we were getting close, but we didn't have quite enough firepower to get Tarek Nor beaten down to where you can get that extra few points. And we are at 20 transports landed.
The troop transports from the starbase are moving toward the planet.
Oh, I've destroyed 20 Herald ships, which is really sad sounding, but it is a newer tune.
transports from the starbase are moving toward the planet. The troop transports from the starbase are moving toward the planet. The troop transports from the starbase are moving toward the planet.
15 seconds left.
The troop transports from the starbase are moving toward the planet.
And 2 seconds. Good morning, Augie. Thank you for stopping in. Does this mean I get to go to sleep or you're going to sleep? I'd be happy to be the one to volunteer to go to sleep instead of going to work today. That would be really, really, really good.
But the doggos would be happy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they were real happy when it was cold this weekend because aside from going to the grocery store and looking at houses, I didn't do jack. Sat around. I had work to do. Just sat around doing my office-y stuff, and they were cuddled up next to me the whole weekend.
You didn't do Jack, but did you do Daniel or Teal?
Definitely not Daniel.
Yearly?
My son's named Daniel.
My name's Daniel, so
That's true. Yes, it is. And so is my coworker, so we have this running joke because we have Brandons and Dans at both places, and it's my Dan, or work Dan, or the other Dan, or work Brandon, or that Brandon, to differentiate between the various teams of people. Did we get the Dreadnought? Yeah. He is an ex-Dreadnought. Yay!
yeah, I've got into the habit of calling you Dark Mom, my mom, Mom, and then
Thanks to your
the
assistance.
44th Fleet has a Fleet Mom who is Gallifrey Captain, so we're always calling her, you know,
That Mom.
that Mom.
Yeah, Augie, it's definitely a day for sleeping in. We're still having daylight savings times adventures where we don't get the sun till almost 8 in the morning. I want to tell you, it's really, really depressing to go to work in the dark. Ugh.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I could go to work later and work later, but ugh. I don't really want to work later than 3:30. Oh, speaking of, I did work later than 3:30 yesterday. Before I forget. I like having my timesheets online. It's just like, oh, just done. We have time for something short. Anybody have anything short they'd like to do? I assume everybody got their Herald ships and Iconian events.
Red Alert?
That would be good. Hang on a second. Red Alert. Let's see what we got here. There, I've queued up two. Oh, a little Tholian.
I'll be taking my photo during this one.
Of course, if I ever finished up this massive project I've been working on for 3 years, I probably have some time left because I won't have to work so many hours. But then I won't get paid for working so many hours.
For some odd reason, my brain is thinking Mambo number 5, but called Feline Supplement number 5.
Mambo number 5 is pretty good.
We might have time for another one.
We sure will. Let's get some marks for that one. Oh, she's got more marks than I thought she did. So, Augie, I always have these great ideas. I have 3 cooking at the moment. And they kind of hinge on, I'd like to do this because it could bring in some money, and personally, I happen to like money. I know.
Don't we all?
Oops, well, I guess we're doing a Borg one.
It'll take longer to get in there than it does to finish it.
Yeah, really. Though Tholian's going faster these days. But the reality is I have a job that currently is taking a huge amount of my time and energy, but also gives me a nice paycheck. Of course, dedicating 8 hours a week to doing martial arts, of which 7 hours is spent in the car driving to and from martial arts, probably isn't the best use of my time either. Oop! I blew up again. Dag nabbit, me and this blowing up stuff.
Pay for shit.
Want to
It
try for a
is.
third?
Well, I have to get this one back together first. And there we go. So this, I think, is just a bug ship straight out of the box with nothing fancy on it. Like equipment. And for the purposes of leveling, that is absolutely fine. Because it'll give me an idea if I like it. Yeah, so this is the Alashi Kalash, and I've got the Federation 32nd Century phaser beams and nothing else of note on it. So it could be done up. I like the speed and maneuverability on it. Good morning, Wolfie. Joining us here at the last minute, aren't you? Okay, one more. We will.
Wee-woo?
One last Tholian, and then I'm going to take the puppers out.
And then one more.
Yeah, it's like the last puzzle in the jigsaw, or the last piece in the jigsaw puzzle on your way out the door. Just gonna put one more in, just one more. 2 hours later, just one more. They called you up from work, they expected you in, you've been fired. That's okay, I'll just put in one more and then I'll go find a new job.
What is this?
Maybe that's the test we should execute for couples who are considering marriage. Don't look at marriage counseling. Don't look at, couples therapy, things like that. Do a jigsaw puzzle together. One of you has to have the ability to walk away from the puzzle. If neither of you can, you're both in trouble. If neither of you care, well, that's also a problem.
We have 3 minutes. We could do another.
We really can. Okay, well, one last one. Really, we can do one more. Just one more. Borgs.
Wee woo? The boss asks, blame id.
Say that again?
I said if the boss asks, blame id.
I'm not sure the boss is even in today. All the bosses that I normally work with get there either the same time I do or shortly after. They live further away. But the philosophy is come in, do your work, leave. If that means you get in a little earlier, a little later, but you stay, leave earlier, leave later, that's fine. But it's Wednesday, it is my class day, and I usually leave no later than 1 o'clock so I can come home and take care of the dogs, and that way they're not alone for 16 hours. That's a little too much. But typically it's 7:30 to 3:30, somewhere in that range. Okay, well, obviously I'm not going to get it here in time. Yes, Wolfie, it is Moopsy land.
Resistance detected. Unimatrix 0047. 1 of 10. Engaging now.
I wonder how I'm going to do a Moopsy Christmas tree next year. The Badgie Christmas tree was easy. I'm not sure about a Moopsy Christmas tree. I'm not even going to make it over here in time. Well, got another accolade. Yay. Okay, now we're done. Now I'm going to go walk the dogs. So everybody, on behalf of Moopsy in the Morning, Id, Alyssa, and Chris, and everybody else who is here, which would be Wolfie and Augie and Chosen, and I think Salty was with us first thing this morning. Have a great day. I probably will be on this time tomorrow morning, but if I'm not, I'm just sleeping in. Nothing's wrong. That or I got killed in a hideous car accident, but that's probably not likely. Moopsith by Be Thy Hump Day. That's a good one. I like that one. All right, everyone. Have a great day. And on the count of 3, 1, 2, 3, stay moopsome. Oh, God, that's it.
Moopsy.
Yeah, we just have to have Moopsy do it. That was just so much better. All right, everyone. Take care. We'll talk to you later.